Greetings. I'm Professor Stefania Maria Ciccone-Coulson.
And I'm Professor Pano.
Have you ever wondered about a plant cell? May your questions be answered.
We're here to teach you all about the plant cell.
May I have my jacket? Thank you. All right. I'm off. Salutations.
Meanwhile, I'm going to teach you all about the functions of the cell.
While Professor Pano is upstairs explaining the different parts of the cell, I'm going to go find analogies in the city.
The nucleus is one of the major parts of any cell. It contains your chromosomes, which contain your DNA, which contain your genes, which make you who you are, in this case, a plant. The nucleus is the control center of the cell.
What you're explaining now, Professor Pano, about the nucleus sounds to me like what we have here. City Hall, the government center of Vancouver. It's responsible for running the city services and directing the growth and development of the city.
Next we have the organelles. The mitochondria, or mitochondrion singular, are at the head of the organelles. They produce the cell's energy, using oxygen molecules and sugar molecules to make water and carbon dioxide. This energy is used in almost every other function of the cell.
Well, Professor Pano, that sounds exactly like a power plant. A power plant produces energy to supply to the whole city, while a mitochondrion supplies energy to the cell.
The cell wall acts as extra structural support to the plant cell. It keeps it in its basic square shape and makes the plant stable.
See, not all cells have cell walls, only plant cells do. Not all cities have reinforcement walls. Coastal cities, like Vancouver, have either a natural barrier or a man-made wall.
There are two kinds of endoplasmic reticulum in a cell, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the rough endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum makes fats and lipids, while the rough endoplasmic reticulum holds ribosomes. Ribosomes produce protein and float through the cell.
To humans, fats and proteins are food, while to cells, they are building blocks and machinery. The endoplasmic reticula and the ribosomes, therefore, are like factories.
The Golgi body picks up the proteins made by the ribosomes and packages them in vesicles. The proteins are stored in the Golgi body until they can be released into the cell.
In cities, the warehouse temporarily stores the output of a factory and distributes them to their final destination.
The cell membrane contains everything inside the cell. It acts as a gatekeeper, controlling everything that comes in and out of the cell's cytoplasm.
The cell membrane controls what goes in and out of a cell. Down there, the Port Authority controls what goes in and out of the city.
The cytoplasm contains everything inside the cell. Many of the cell's chemical activities take place within the cytoplasm. The vacuole, which is larger in the plant cell than it is in the animal cell, acts as a temporary storage compartment for waste, until the waste can be released from the cell. It also holds nutrients.
Well, that sounds exactly like a transfer station. Like a vacuole, it holds waste or garbage until it can be disposed of.
The chloroplast only exists within the plant cell. It is what allows cells to make their own food. The chloroplast uses energy from the sun to make nutrients such as glucose. This process is called photosynthesis, and it is made possible by chlorophyll, which is contained in the chloroplast.
In chloroplast, sunlight and carbon dioxide is turned into food. While we can turn sunlight into electricity using things like the solar cell, turning sunlight into food can only be done by the chloroplasts, like the chloroplasts in the plants of this farm.
So that concludes the basics of a plant cell.
Thank goodness for that, because I'm out of bus fare. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.